Welcome to the call, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we'd like to welcome you to RWA NFT. This is a place where we can own our own future through Web3. And Web3 gives us the ability to own pieces of the internet. This is part of the future. And this is all powered by an innovative deflationary asset we're going to explain to you. Let's get into it. This presentation is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. Digital assets and decentralized finance involves risk, including market volatility, smart contract risk, liquidity risk, regulatory uncertainty, and potential loss of capital. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Participants should do their own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making financial decisions. Nothing presented here guarantees incomes or returns. So again, I'd like to welcome you all here. One of the things I love about this platform is the level of technology that's being used to make it as easy as possible for us to do what we do. And so I'm going to introduce you to our AI assistant. Her name is Vera, and you're going to see her all throughout the back office explaining every part of this program, including the onboarding. You don't have to do it yourself. She helps us with that, which helps us grow our partner network. So she's going to give us a short summary of the program in 1 minute and 45 seconds. Let's watch this.
Hello, my name is Vera. I am the AI assistant of the RWA NFT ecosystem. Allow me to take a couple of minutes to show you how the platform works and why it deserves your attention. RWA NFT is a Web3 ecosystem where an NFT is not just a collectible, but a unique key that unlocks access to financial opportunities. By acquiring an NFT, you gain access to the platform's entire financial infrastructure and the right to build your own partner network. How does it work in practice? You can invite new partners and clients to the platform. The system automatically places them into your structure and rewards you with marketing commissions in USDT. The higher the level of your NFT, the deeper the structure you earn from, and the more tools become available to you. But marketing is only the first layer. Within the ecosystem, there is a deflationary asset, DA. Its supply is strictly limited to 21 million, and it cannot be purchased. It is fully backed by a USDT pool and can only be obtained through NFT ownership. Each transaction reduces the number of tokens in circulation. You can earn DA through mining and farming, and then either sell it or use it as collateral to obtain a loan. At the moment, the project is in its formation stage. The structural marketing system is already live, while financial products, lending, the RWA platform, and a crypto card will be activated in the upcoming phases. This means that today, you can take a position within the structure and start building your network before the ecosystem is fully deployed. Your entry point is your first NFT. I'm Vera, and I'll be with you every step of the way.
She's phenomenal. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about the key to the financial system. RWA is a Web3 protocol on the Binance Smart Chain with 10 NFT tiers and this amazing deflationary asset, which is capped at 21 million. It's backed by USDT. There's also a 22-level marketing structure, and this has been certified by CertTech and audited. It is a diamond pattern architecture, which is the best that you can do when it comes to smart contracts. One of the things that makes this interesting is that this is next generation Web3 protocol that redefines the utility of an NFT by bringing digital technology with real financial opportunity. Moving beyond mere digital collectibles, our ecosystem transforms NFTs into a membership-based access keys and tradable Web3 business assets. It's integrating real-world assets, including decentralized finance, centralized finance into a unified, scalable infrastructure. So what does that all mean? Let me break it down for you. First of all, this is a multi-layered financial system, starting with the smart contract itself, which is renounced, meaning no one can touch the money, and it cannot be changed. And of course, it is edited by third parties to give us that assurance. In addition to that, it provides instant pay and multiple income streams. Now, when you purchase this NFT, that gives you the ability to begin mining this innovative deflationary asset, which is backed by USDT. And on our roadmap, real-world assets will become available, such as real estate, precious metals, other businesses, lending, and also FinPro financial tools to grow your capital in other ways. So now let's talk about the next level legacy income opportunity that we all have right now, ladies and gentlemen. I want to point out a few of the features that really caught my attention early on. First of all, first mover position. So this just launched a few days ago, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even think it's been 5 days. And so we are right here at the very beginning. We've been involved in another project that is huge, over 2.3 million members. But we got involved in that a year down the road. I can only imagine where we would be if we were able to get involved in that platform early on like we are here. So we are really blessed to be in this position right now. Now, when you participate in this program, you will fall into an innovative 2x2 forced partner network that can provide additional income for you. Also, every NFT is programmable, ladies and gentlemen. They will be programmable for various financial services that are coming down the road. And of course, we've got this depreciating assets that is life-changing. In addition to that, 30% instant pay direct to your wallet. You can put yourself in position to earn matching bonuses, and you can tap into up to 22 levels of overrides. There are also rank bonuses, and because this is Web3, ladies and gentlemen, you have the ability to literally sell this entire business when you get ready to scale out. You can set up your exit strategy. A lot of businesses do that. They sell it at the end so that they can retire. You've got the ability to do that here also. So I want you to envision your success and then execute the plan to get it started, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is all about when you join this program. All right. So the very first day, they broke records. In fact, over 1,945 leaders joined this program in the first 24 hours, and they generated over $3 million in NFT sales. Success leaves clues, ladies and gentlemen. People lie, but numbers don't. That lets you know there's something special here. And of course, you're going to be able to be the judge of that as we continue. So let's talk about how value is created and your path through the system. 6 simple steps. First of all, you want to enter the ecosystem. You do that by purchasing an NFT. Step 2, you want to build the partner network. You've got the ability to share this with others to create multiple additional sources of income. Step 3, when you purchase that NFT, you begin to mine the depreciating asset. You activate the mining when you purchase that NFT, and that depreciating asset is 100% backed by USDT. That always grows in value with no possibility of price drop. It never goes down, ladies and gentlemen. It always goes up. You're going to understand why here in just a moment. You can also sell this coin, and you can also take loans against it. So that's step 4. That's the financial tools of ecosystem, which is lending. And so you can loan out that deflationary asset. While it's continuing to increase in value, you don't have to sell it. You can take a loan against that. And of course, there are other financial products and the real world assets that are coming down the road. Step 5 is this is a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. So everything is hard coded, but there are a few things that we can improve upon, but that can only be done with a vote. And finally, step 6 is the ability for you to transition out and literally sell your business to the highest bidder. So let's talk about the tiers. So there are 11 tiers. Now, what you're looking at here, 3 of them are not even open yet because we haven't opened to the general public. We're at the stage where we're bringing in leaders. Now, the Eclipse, that just opened yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that's $275 USDT, and you have the ability to earn $650 3 times before you're going to need to upgrade to the next level. Now, I want you to see here, you see matching bonuses down here. So the Eclipse is qualified for matching bonuses, but the others are not. But I want you to see the lending is not qualified for that. The mining and also earning the depreciating the deflationary asset, that's not available. In order for you to access those benefits, you need to come in at the hydro. And the hydro is what most leaders are coming in at. That would be 550 USDT, which puts you in the position to earn 1,400 USDT 3 times, ladies and gentlemen, before you will need to upgrade to the quantum. And you can also see this positions you where you can receive rewards up to 9 levels, right? So with this platform, you don't have to work your way up starting from the bottom. You can start as high up as you want to, and you get all of the NFTs that are below all the levels you're qualified for. Just to give you an example, let's say you came in at the Hydro and you decided, hey, I want to upgrade to the Quantum. Well, guess what? You're going to need to pay 1100 USDT in order to do so. But if you come in at the Quantum, you're going to get the Hydro. And so you actually save $500 by starting at a higher level. That's something that you want to think about. Now, many of our leaders, we actually came in at the Aurora, and you're going to understand why, because it's going to determine the level you come in at is going to determine how many depreciating assets that you're going to get. And so as you can see, all of these levels are qualified for everything. And that's what happens when you are a leader. Now, there are 2 more levels, NFTs, and that is Flame, which is 11K USDT, and there's Infinity, which is 24K. Qualifies you for 19 different levels in the partner structure. Okay, now let's talk about one of the parts of this program that really excites me, and that is the DA, the deflationary asset, ladies and gentlemen. This is, how can you say it? Absolutely next level. All right. So I have seen deflationary assets in the market, and they grow just like this diagram you see right here. It's absolutely phenomenal. You've never seen anything quite like it. But I want you to understand how it works. How does the only upward price formula work? Remember, this can't go down. It can only go up. It's all about the tokenomics and the algorithm. I'm going to explain it to you. So price equals liquidity divided by circulating supply. Every time the DA is sold, tokens are burned and the supply goes down. While the USDT stays in the pool, the liquidity stays or it grows. Less tokens plus the same or more USDT causes the price to go higher. All right, so where does the liquidity come from? It comes from when people purchase the NFTs. 5% of every NFT purchase goes into the liquidity of this token, ladies and gentlemen. And whenever anyone sells the token, that amount of tokens are burned. This combination, ladies and gentlemen, drives the value of this coin up, and it absolutely can be life-changing for us moving forward. And this is one of the reasons why you want to purchase as many NFTs or get as high up in NFTs as possible, because you're going to receive these DA tokens. Let's talk about it. When you come in at the Hydro, which is $550 USDT, you're going to get 10% in the DA token. So that would be 55 DA tokens. So I want you to think about that. The value of that coin goes to just $10, ladies and gentlemen, and you have broke even. The value of that coin goes to $100, and you have a 10-fold gain. So what happens is when you purchase the NFT, you begin to mine the coin for 45 days. After that 45-day period, you go into a farming period for 45 days. So after that's done, that totals 90 days, you get the coins. So what can you do? You can sell them, and when you do, they're going to be burned off, which improves the value. Or you can take a loan against them. That is 70% of the value. And when you do that, you're holding on to the coin. So even while they're increasing in value, you haven't lost that increase. All right. So hopefully you caught that. I want to show you one other piece here. Here is a calculator, and this is inside of the white paper. When you go to the main website, I'll type the website in the chat box and when I have a moment. But when you go to the main website, you scroll to the bottom, you will see the white paper. We encourage you to read that. But one of the things you're going to see there is the price simulator. And so how are the coins minted? The coins are minted when people purchase the NFTs. It takes 45 days of minting and 45 days of farming before the coins are released. So what is that doing? It's building up the value of the coin. The coin is going to start, ladies and gentlemen, at $1 per coin, right? Now I want you to see the liquidity pool. Where does this come from? This comes from 5% of every NFT that is purchased. All right. And then the burn happens whenever someone sells the coins. These combination of these three features is what drives the value of the coin up consistently, and it never goes down. We talked about the potential for life change with our members. And when people hear and see what is happening with this coin, they're going to bust the doors down. Doc, what do you think about this?
Absolutely, Mark. This is again one of the main reasons why this is something to be excited about. The deflationary token, like you said, we've seen it in the marketplace and we've seen the power of it. Not only is the system set up, coded, and designed as people sell to burn those tokens, at the same time, you have the exponential growth of people inviting people. You know, one person inviting two or three people. They're getting positioned, so the demand goes up while the supply is being burnt off and decreasing, while the liquidity is going up as well. So there can be an example what we that I personally saw and experienced by participating in an opportunity that was centralized, to where a friend shared the opportunity with me when the coin was at 50 cents. 3 days later, I call him back to get positioned, and the coin is at $1.76. It went on to go up to $56 within the first 30 days. So imagine that in this scenario where the example that you and I have with the coming in at the 5,500. So that's 550 tokens. And this is just for education and illustration purposes. Only this is not an income claim, just simply sharing with you the concept of what can happen from what we've actually witnessed in the open market. So if that coin in the same example goes up to 56, let's say $50 per coin. Let's say it don't take 30 days. Let's say it take 90 days. And you have 550 tokens at $50. You do the math. What if you have 1,000 of these tokens? So, and then look at what it costs you to get in. And this is the beauty of it. You don't have to sell those assets. You can let them continue to grow, get a loan against them within the system, and then have the appreciation of that asset pay off the money after you pulled it out. And guess what? There's no capital gains on that because it was a loan, and you still have the asset because you didn't sell it. So this is why I said earlier, you need to be a visionary when you reading this material, and then you flesh it out in your mind of what that looks like in the real world. If you can do that, then I'm telling you, it's life-changing. It's life-changing money and resources that you can position yourself here and today to get it, to take advantage of that, while the masses are still finding out about this opportunity. So the DA aspect of this, which is a passive aspect, and we're not talking about a lot of time. We're talking, 90 days, right? Just to, have that coin mature for you to be able to grab it. And if the more NFTs that you get, the higher percentage that you will be able to get. And that means that's more coins for you to be able to leverage and down the road. That can be, again, life-changing. So, Mark, I love this aspect of it.
Now, one of the things you and I were talking about earlier today, we said, you know what? We could take some of our profits that we make and buy more NFTs so we can get more DA tokens. You remember that conversation?
Absolutely. It's compounding. So, because, going back to some of our points that we've already made, if you're able to turn that money around, which our team was able to do in the first 4 days, to where the money you put in, you got back liquid in your wallet because it's instant pay. You turn around and now you're compounding by buying more NFTs because it is a decentralized platform and you don't have to do KYC. You can just open up another account within your MetaMask wallet, purchase another NFT, assign it as yourself as the referral, get a discount on that NFT, and then have that produce the deflationary asset and the commission for you at the same time, and help the community as well, because wherever you're positioned in the matrix, that money will trickle, up to your upline. So we're all working together, and all we're doing is, again, increasing the asset so that 90 days from now, 6 months from now, that coin appreciates very well. We can leverage that asset and be able to buy more and to do more, whether it's something inside the ecosystem with the real world assets being implemented, and you can use your NFTs as a key to buy into those opportunities, or if it's something outside of the digital space, whether you're doing real estate, gold and silver, and some of the other things that you want to do on your own. Sky is the limit. But I tell people all the time before I give it back to you, Mark, the decision that we make today is going to determine where we're going to be at 6 months from now. And it goes back and even thereafter, it goes back to when we got started with the other opportunity, March the 3rd. And a lot of us decided to come in high then and went on to make 6 figures in the first 8 months. Very, very, very powerful opportunities if you can make that identification right away and position yourself, whether you have the capital or whether you have the network, and just giving people a chance to make the decision to say yes or no by sharing the webinar with them, by sharing a sizzle video, by doing a private Zoom where you can get them on there and say, hey, I have something that I need you to take a look at, or simply saying, hey, do you have $1,100 to $500? I don't have time to explain it right now, but I want to get you to get positioned in this thing. You're going to spend that money anyway on some shoes, a purse, or a vacation. Put it over here and watch what that do for you in the next 90 days to 6 months. These are different options. These are things that I have personally have done. And that's the reason why, and I want to bring this up. We were perusing through the back office and then went to the career side. If you go under it, for those who are already registered and have their NFTs, go into where's that at in the back office? I think it's My Network or My Marketing, and then click career. And see, you might have already hit your bonuses for those of us who got in early, because me and Peter, in perusing the back office and getting more familiar with it, found out that we already hit the first rank. And then that was an extra $500 that was instantly deposited into our account. So this thing, again, we're earning while we're learning along the way, just 4 days in. This is something that you definitely want to get positioned in as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And when you log into your back office, I want to show you where this is going to be located. You click on the menu and you go to My NFT. And when you go there, you're going to see this DA token. When you click on that, that's where you will see the token when they are released. You'll be able to see the price. You'll be able to see how many tokens you have. And of course, you'll be able to see the escalating value there. That's where that's going to be here very, very shortly. All right, so let's talk about the structure. As we mentioned, it's a 2x4 structure. And basically, as you share this with others, people have to fall in this structure. There's only 2 referrals or 2 participants at your first level. Each level increases by multiples of 2. And so whether you referred them or they were spillover from your sponsor, or they were referred by the people you referred, they have to fall into this structure. And you can see the percentages that you would earn in rewards as a result of simply getting a position within the platform. You also will see the reward percentages. We talked about this. When you share this with someone else and they purchase an NFT, you will earn a 30% commission paid instantly direct to your wallet. And we talked about the fact that that person can earn the amount of money that each NFT pays you. They can earn it 3 times. When they go back in to earn it again, that's called a repeat NFT, and you earn 20% on that. All right. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the matching bonuses. Let's talk about that on the next slide. And by the way, this is a compression 2x2, and it is not a binary. So even if you have one side that goes extra long, you're still qualified on all of that. There's no additional qualifications for you to earn these rewards right here. You just need to be positioned, ladies and gentlemen. And let's take a look at the matching bonuses. With the matching bonuses, this is based on sponsorship. So say, for example, you go out and you refer 3 people who have purchased $1,000 each in NFTs. That's a total of 3,000 USDT. You would earn a 5% bonus. Now, the people that they refer would be on your second level, and based on that volume, you would earn an additional 5% bonus. And the people they refer, the same thing. This is 3 levels of 5% bonuses, which can be life-changing, especially when you build the way that we build. And we talked about this before. We've learned this and we've done this over and over again. You want to put yourself in a position to generate 6 or 7 figures. You have to do something that maybe you hadn't done before. And our strategy is really simple. Put your head down for 90 days, keep on sharing the program, and set your sights on referring 100 people. Now, if you just said to yourself that you can't do that, you're 100% right. You first have to believe what you're going to do before you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And so we are encouraging you to step up to that next level. Let's do something extraordinary for your family in 2026 and beyond, ladies and gentlemen. This can be huge. This is the opportunity that we've been looking for. Now, I want to talk a bit about the marketing structure. Now, there's a little video here. It doesn't have sound. Let me play it. Okay, so you can see that that's a 2x2 structure, and it goes all the way down 22 levels, over 8.3 million participants. We are right here in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know if you understand how much we are about to do through this program, and you want to get a spot in here. All right, now, one of the things that you can do is you can have multiple accounts. You can have your main account and then 2 sub accounts. These 2 sub accounts are referred by your main account. But the thing you want to remember is once you set these 2 up, you want to continue referring people to the main account so that you can be qualified to receive those matching bonuses going down 3 levels. Once you're qualified to receive those matching bonuses going down 3 levels, then you can start to refer people to this account until it is qualified, and then start referring people to this account until it is qualified. So here is just one strategy that you can use to explode your income. There'll be many others, and you don't have to do it this way. That is a choice. All right. Finally, we have the tokenized future, ladies and gentlemen, and that's coming with the real world assets. This is part of the roadmap down the road. We talked about it, tokenizing real estate, businesses, precious metals, and so much more. This is the road that we are on. This is the direction that we're going in, and it's going to be really, really exciting. Now, Doc, I know that you have got your sponsor on the call, and this gentleman, he's a leader in his own right. He has the utmost integrity, and he has done some amazing things, in this industry. And if you would, go ahead and introduce him, and hopefully he's in a place where he can share a few thoughts with everybody.
Okay, yes, absolutely, Mark. Thank you for an excellent presentation. And this gentleman that we're going to have step up and share a few words and comments in regards to this opportunity shared it with me again approximately 4 days ago, and we've been running with it ever since. He said, "Hey, Doc, I got something I want you to take a look at, and you're going to not be able to sleep." Needless to say, that part he was wrong about, because we've been so busy since we started up. We've been able to sleep because people have been working us from the time that we got up to the time we go to bed. So I got the point just the same, but some people it's just a pleasure to work with. He is one of those folks. He is, again, industry standard when it comes to being able to identify many great opportunities. And because of his stellar reputation in this space, people reach out to him, and many different things, are brought to his desk, and he vets them and he brings them to us to give us a chance to review and have first rights of refusal or acceptance. But nevertheless, just a tremendous friend, brother, and business partner, Mr. Peter Blackwell, out of the state of Florida. Peter, are you there? Are you somewhere where you can share a few thoughts?
Yes, sir. I'm here now. I'm been running around a lot today, but now I'm in my sofa, kind of trying to organize tonight's call, because after this, again, I have people calling me as we speak here. But this I think it's people already understood that this is a very, very unique opportunity, and it's not many times during your lifetime you can be part of something really, really from the beginning. So that has been a blessing with this one, which we're already seeing, and it's kind of interesting. and you mentioned it, even me, we earn as we learn. And I was playing around with the back office. You and I had a conversation. I just noticed that, oh my God, I hit the first rank, and I'm basically 80% to hit the second rank as well. But so tonight I need to do whatever I need to do to hit that second rank. The first one was a $500 extra bonus, and the second rank is $1,000 extra bonus. But again, the more I learn about this and we understand about it, it's really, really, really exciting. Um, what I say usually is, and I'm going to say that again, is that there's very few opportunities out there that has like everything. I think all the check marks are in this one. Everything from residual opportunities, and there's going to be a lot more coming up down when we look at the roadmap here. The way the structure is built, that is forced. So even people that can't really build, I had a couple of calls where people said, oh my God, I logged into my back office and was this position undermined. Do you know who this is? And people get excited. As mentioned here as well, payments, like instant payments, renounced contract, what is it, 36 or 38 smart contracts that is audited by CertTech. Yeah, the list goes on. But this is definitely one of those very, very rare and unique opportunities. And I say this as well. During my 35 years in this industry, and we are doing other things that we are excited about and I've done over the years. But if I look at the potential and the whole, basically concept around this platform, this is the one I'm most excited about ever during these 35 years. This is a whole different level. And I agree with Mark that the tech, the way it's built up, the way it looks like already now on the pre-launch is I've never seen anything even close. So again, I'm not going to take up more time because I can praise this a lot, and this is not about hype. This is about experience all these years and seeing different things. Some great, but some has been obviously not that great, and we learned from that as well. But this all the check marks, all the boxes are checked on this one, and I'm overly excited to see what we can do here, in the next couple of weeks and months with this one. All right, back to you, Mark.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Blackwell. Really appreciate your leadership, and it's awesome to be in partnership with you, as it is the rest of our amazing community. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you want to do? Get in contact with the person who invited you on the call. They'll answer any questions that were not covered during this overview. Once you go to log in, you're gonna, you can participate here with a variety of different cryptos. But once you get ready to log in, there will be a tutorial. Vera will be right there, and she will literally walk you through the process of onboarding, which is very, very simple. And if you don't want to use her, then just reach out to the person who invited you and they will help you with that. So listen, we're really excited about what we have here. We're going to be back again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the very same link. And we'll be here again on Thursday, but we will not have any calls on Friday. We'll be back on Saturday. All right. So thank you so much for joining us, Doc. Any closing comments?
No, Mark, I think we've said it all. We just want to give people a chance to go ahead and get positioned, reach out to the person who invited you, and we impress upon you. This is something that you do not want to take a chance and miss. The thing that as a leader and someone who likes to see people win, and I can say that about yourself, I can say that about Twanzel, William, I can say that about Peter, many of the leaders on this call. We just want to see people win. We want to see people do well. But what we don't want to see which is discouraging, is for us to do well because we impressed upon you and we made the identification, we got in position, and then we share that with people and they pass on it, and then they get opportunities that don't come close as far as the security level, the rating level, the potential that this opportunity have. And 90 days to 6 months down the line, they're regretting the decision not to get positioned. That's what we don't want to see. So if we can do anything to impress upon you that this is something that you may want to take very serious in comparison to all the other things that we may be doing successfully and maybe doing well, you want to position yourself in this sooner than later. And there's a lot of people that can attest to that are on this call. I'm looking at the names of people who got involved 4 days ago and they are already risk-free. So position yourself with the NFT that you can afford. You want to share this with as many leaders and friends and family as you can, so you can give them the opportunity to get positioned. And then let's see where we at 90 days from now, 6 months from now.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Doc. Make it a great evening, everyone. I'd like to close with this. The best way to predict the future is to create it. So let's do just that, and let's do it together. Good night, everyone.